Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Kage here, and today we're going to be talking about Overwatch. And this is going to be a bit of a rant video. I don't normally do those, actually. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I've actually ever done a rant video. I may have ranted on stream before and ranted to people and annoyed people by doing so, but I don't think I've done an official YouTube video where I ranted on something. And today it's going to be Overwatch and the loot boxes. You know, this could be about many things, actually. There's a lot I want to rant about when it comes to Overwatch. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Overwatch. I love the game. It's been a game I've been waiting for a long time, and I can lose myself in it for several hours at a time. I do enjoy it, but there are several things, and I can talk about matchmaking. I can talk about the way people have been as far as some of the toxicity I've seen on matches to the fallacy of go play competitive if you want to work as a team. Today is loot boxes. There's a lot. I might do another one on one of those other topics. I'm not sure, but I have a deep problem with the way they did loot boxes in this, and I like the idea at first. You know, you look at Jeff Kaplan's original thoughts on loot boxes. This was supposed to be a bonus, right? Everything's cosmetic. You don't have to worry about getting anything game-changing in here. And there's tons of stuff to unlock. Absolutely tons of stuff here. And that was pretty cool. It's like, oh, okay, opening these boxes is going to be a nice little extra when you level up. And the problems become that it really hasn't been. The random distribution of these loot boxes has been so out of whack. It's been one of those things where you could easily get duplicates even when you don't have very many items. Now here, I actually have quite a bit. I will admit, I haven't done the math. I think I am roughly halfway through some of these, some of the items here. You can see I have several characters where I've unlocked quite a bit, but when it comes to looking at what I've actually bought, what I've got are, for a lot of characters, a bunch of sprays. So I got a bunch of their sprays because these are cheap. These are like in the 25 to 75 range, I believe. And then you've got the not the poses, sorry, but the voice lines. These are all 25 apiece. So my strategy has been, because you see a lot of easy to get crates, the grays and stuff, I've been buying out voice lines like crazy. Every time I get a certain amount of gold, I'll go in, and you can see it here. I have all but one of the voice lines for Ana, Bastion, D.Va, I have them all. Part of that's because right now, thanks to the new event, if I go to someone that I don't have it, like Ana, you'll see that there are lines that you can't buy because of the new summer event. But that's what I've been buying because I find I get so many grays that what I'm trying to do is give myself a steady income of coin. Because every time I open a crate, a lot of the crates are fairly low-key. You're going to get like 3 grays and 2 blues maybe. It's very rare that you get an epic, and even rarer still that you get a legendary. And even with that, right, there's so many little things to get. And I kind of understand, like I said, it's a bonus thing, but so many people want the skins. And there's 2 ways to get the skins, right? There's either wait until you level to get the loot boxes, or you put down some dosh, put down some cash, and there you go, you can buy some loot boxes. Which I wasn't ever planning on doing, but since I didn't have any for the sake of demonstration, I went ahead and put a little bit of money in to open a few, so we could maybe take a look at some of the random distribution I get for this video. Who knows, maybe recording will break my terrible streak of boxes, I don't know. This is, anyway. This video is mainly catharsis for me just trying to get this off of my chest. So I'm going to put up a picture real quick to show you what happened during the summer event. And this is mainly why I'm making this video. I've already been upset about the way these are distributed and the way it feels like you have to get some of these boxes. I actually wasn't too bad about that, the base loot boxes, because everything you can get, actually before I go to what I want to show you, almost everything you can go in here, go into skins, you can buy, and that's great, that's fantastic. But now let me put up the picture I wanted to show you. Here's a picture of one of the very first loot boxes I opened up for the summer event. And you'll see that I got a duplicate Mei skin. Now what annoys me about this, and I did the math, as of right now, I have 9, and this is not including the Origins Edition, by the way. I have the Origins Edition, so you could increase this number by 4 or 5, I think. But I do have 9 skins, non-Origin Edition skins, out of a total of 94 skins. Again, I've completely removed the Origin skins. That gives me about 9.5% of the legendaries. And this is not the first time I have gotten a duplicate legendary. I have 10% of the legendaries, and I have gotten 2 duplicates. And on top of that, what really pisses me off about that is that you get 20% of the value of the skin. A skin, for any one of these skins, it can cost you 1,000. Now, if you get a legendary crate with money in it, you're going to get 500 gold. Half of one of these. I'm okay with that. That's cool. It's like, oh, I didn't get anything specific, so I got half of what I would need. Okay, that's cool. Why can't I get that same consideration when the game gives me a duplicate on the legendary? Why can't I? That's terrible. You have to get 5 legendaries. Now, assuming you don't get any other coins, but you have to get 5 legendaries to equal 1 skin if you were to get it out of a box. Okay, fine. There are a lot of items to get. The game hasn't been out for very long. I can kind of understand that. But then comes this event, and you get... Let's go to Lucio for this. You get these new skins, and you can't buy these. And you know, I know there are people out there that have already done videos on this, done rants on this. Again, this is my catharsis. This is me getting this off my chest, and I've finally had to say something on this. This is nuts. Now, Kaplan put out not a video. He actually did put out a video at one point, but it wasn't about this specifically. He put out a post on the Battle.net forums talking about how this is supposed to be one of those seasonal things, and don't worry, this will come back again next year. They want this event to be like WoW, right? World of Warcraft seasonal events. I'm cool with that. I understand that. I used to play WoW. It was kind of neat to have seasonal events where you could get little pets and things like that. That was neat. And the events went on usually long enough for you to do what you need to do. But we're talking about random distribution in crates that has no coding behind it to understand if you already have a duplicate or not. There's a problem here. There's a big problem here. See, in WoW, you're an MMO player, and you kind of get that these events happen every so often. You've got achievements that are meant to be gotten over a year or more. And the truth of the matter is, in the seasonal events in WoW, you can usually get every item that is optional in a WoW event. At least it used to be that way. I haven't played WoW in a couple years, so forgive me if I'm wrong on this. But it used to be you could pretty much get everything you wanted during the season's events. And you didn't have to pay any extra or anything. You just had to make sure that you were dedicating yourself to the event. And in this case, dedicating yourself to the event just means playing. But at the same time, you don't get loot crates that often. I don't get loot crates that often. I don't play that much. I mean, if you want to see how often I've been playing competitive, you can see I've only got about 42 competitive points. I play maybe a couple rounds a day after work. I work long hours, so I can't really put in too much time into Overwatch. And then I have a lot of other stuff that I've been doing. So I really don't have the luxury of playing as much as some people do. And so I don't get that many, and that's why I'm gonna open some of these. We'll take a look at some of the distribution. I might end up interrupting myself while I do this, but... So I feel like what they've done is they've taken this event, and I like the general idea, and I understand where they're coming from, but this is a first-person shooter, a very fast-paced event. People are going to be looking more for... Not bad for skins, right? People are going to be looking more for that kind of quick access to things that they want, because the game is fast-paced. MMOs are generally slower-paced. I actually got a skin I wanted, which is kind of nice here. So players are typically, they're more used to getting some of the things they want by playing and having a way of doing it. In fact, having the ability to buy these skins was a great idea when they did it for the base skins. So they didn't do it here for this event. Hey, there we go. I actually got something a little bit different. See, like I said, I start recording and now I start getting stuff that's not duplicates. So there you go. You could say that what I'm talking about is confirmation bias by looking at what I'm getting in these crates right now. That I was looking for a problem and I was finding it, and now I'm recording and I'm not finding it. But like I said, I know for a fact my last 2 legendaries, beyond what you're seeing here, were duplicates. And I did the math. Less than 10% of the skins do I own. It was like a Yoda line there. Less than 10% skins do I own. Yeah, whatever. So what could they have done? I feel like... Alright, I feel like you should be able to get these skins through some kind of currency. And I do understand that they didn't want people to just hoard their cash, right? In order to buy these skins and voice lines and whatnot. Now, I actually don't even know why buying the voice lines would have been a problem. I mean, the skins I can understand. They're supposed to be rare. They want these things to be something that you don't see very often, that someone might get lucky in buying. The problem with the way they've done it is it makes people feel like they have to buy crates in order to get these. In fact, I have to wonder if I wouldn't have bought these crates, would I have ever seen these items? I mean, and that's completely subjective. That's probably all in my head, but that is what I've been feeling like. So, what could they have done, right? If they didn't want people to hoard these credits, what could you do? Well, they could have introduced a secondary currency that was only going on during the event, right? So if they don't want you to hoard 2,000, 3,000 credits so that you could get maybe that one or two skins that you absolutely wanted, which, you know, honestly was what the system was for. It was there so that you could get, you weren't finding very many items, you could get the ones you want. So make a secondary currency, put it in. Money, yeah. So, and then what you could do is at the end of the event, make it so that all of the money you gained through the event gets converted back to your regular currency, so you could use that on the standard skins. To me, that seems like a great idea. And what's really odd is that during the event, while you're guaranteed one of these seasonal items like this one here, the highest tier of item you find, like legendaries, is not guaranteed to be a summer item. Case in point in the screenshot that I showed you. That was a May skin that was a base May skin. That wasn't a summer skin. So you would think that maybe they would give you, if you were going to get a legendary, a summer legendary. But the loot boxes are so random. So random. That had a chance of happening. So what else could they do? Well, one of the things I like, and this might be a bit too much, is maybe put something in place that makes it so it's harder for you to get an item that you already have. Maybe not make it impossible, but look at some of the things like Diablo 3, right? Diablo 3 had completely random distribution of loot and very low chance of legendaries, and people weren't happy with that. What did they do? Well, they doubled legendary drop rates several times, by the way, and they doubled it, and then they doubled it again. That was a meme for a while when it came to Blizzard. And I feel weird that they didn't... I'm equipping that. I find it weird that they didn't really consider that going into this. It's so rare. It's so random. There's no way to get the skins and the voices that you want. If I don't get the things that I want, like there are certain skins I would love to get, I'm going to have to wait a whole year for that to happen again. And who knows if I'll be playing Overwatch by this time next year. The chances are very high, alright? Don't get me wrong. I will probably be playing this for a long time. I mean, look how long like Team Fortress 2 has been going on and things like that. But when it comes to games like this and these kind of events, I feel like going this long-term super special route, while neat, I feel like there needs to be some kind of thing in place. Like, with the summer boxes, maybe making it so that there's an algorithm that says, oh, hey, you've already got some of these items. Let's improve your chances of getting a different one, you know? Maybe not make it so random that you... I mean, yeah, you do get one summer item, but they added... Here's where most of them got added, all right? A lot of people like to say that it got added into sprays. That's not entirely true. I mean, certainly there's a lot of sprays. But the biggest part, here's where it all went. Icons. Look how many icons there are. And this feeds into the whole thing as well. Because there are a lot of these icons, and a lot of these were added for the summer games. Like a lot of the individual flags, I believe, were added. And that's cool and all. But then you got to consider, well, that's a ton of items that got added that are in the summer pool. And most of the items I get during this summer event are flags for my player icon that I don't ever intend to use. Now, that's just me. Some people might love those. I mean, there we go. Look, I got a summer spray, which is, again, a duplicate. I don't have all the summer items yet. Not even close. But the worst part about player icons is there's no way to buy player icons. That is the one item, base game or in this event, that you cannot get through the currency. And it makes it very hard to go through and maybe get one that you want, but it also makes it very hard to get anything else because there's so many of them that were added. It's just absolutely nuts. What I would like to see, I would like to see maybe in the future, since they're looking at feedback, they're not going to change this event. Yeah, so I got a couple of legendaries. Out of the 11 boxes, I got 2 legendaries, and I end up getting 300 gold, which I cannot use, by the way, again, on any of the summer items. So if I want to get any of the summer voice lines and things like that. So this time, it's fortunate for me, but also unfortunate for the video that you didn't really get to see the number of duplicates that I see on a regular basis. I typically see a lot of duplicates on a regular basis, and part of that is my strategy for trying to get coins because I know that the grays are so common. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to see something that says that maybe when you get a legendary that it has a better chance of not being one you already have, or maybe make it so that duplicates give you more money. Also, during the summer event, again, since they might be listening to feedback, maybe make it so that you have a secondary currency. So that way, if I don't get the items I want, I have a chance. I still have to play the game a bunch to get something, right? I still have to play a bunch to get the money that I can afford skins. It takes a lot of time through leveling to get enough, to get 1,000 coins to get a legendary skin. That still takes a lot of time. To someone that's not able to play all the time, it's even more so. So these are the things I would love to see. Again, there is no really end game to this, I guess. I really don't know where I'm going to end this. I guess this is pretty much it. But again, this is me just wanting to rant. I want to get this off my chest. I am so tired of these, of the duplicates, and really mad about the event that, okay, these are supposed to be rare, cool, but seriously, in WoW, if you want this to be like a WoW event, in WoW, you can get everything you want by playing and dedicating yourself to the event. And if you don't get it in the first year, you pretty much are guaranteed to get it in the second year, because they don't really add too much from year to year. In this, they may add more, and what's worse, if they keep it the way it is right now, if it is truly random the way it is right now, and RNG is a bitch. If it is truly random like it is right now, and it goes into next year, there's a good chance that next year I still won't get what I want. You know, it's these skins, honestly, let's pull it back here because I'm going to be honest, there's really not a lot that I do want from this. I might like the Genji skin. That would be pretty cool. I actually like the way that kind of looks. There's a few of the intros and things like that are really cool. But I could do with or without them. But my main reason for doing this was, as I showed you, the screenshot, and just my general displeasure at loot boxes, because they have not felt like they're something really special to be coveted. I almost wonder if they should take one of those 4 slots and make one always be money, so that you're always generating money. Maybe put a 5th slot, right? Maybe instead of just getting 4 items, you get 5 items, and every time that 5th item is always money. Because really, getting a duplicate legendary skin and only getting 20% of its value, getting 200 coins, it feels bad, man. It does. It really does. So I'm hoping they come up with some kind of solution. They haven't given us any feedback regarding what they're planning to do. This event is not going to be changed. Kaplan was very, very clear on that this event is not going to change. And it's not going to go on for much longer. So, I mean, here's hoping I get some pretty neat stuff. I just spent $10 on 11 crates. And I got 2 pretty nifty items. So, I mean, I'm cool. I have a few more, actually, because I got some victory poses and whatnot. So, and the Symmetra Dance, which is actually probably one of the cooler ones. I like that. All right, anyway, I'm rambling at this point. This video's gone on for about 20 minutes. But this is me talking about Overwatch's loot crates. You might hear back from me again about some other things, because one thing I've definitely been wanting to rant about has been the matchmaking in competitive mode. So you might hear from me again. And apologies for not keeping up on the content. There's been a lot going on there on my end. regarding both work and physical illnesses or physical issues that I've had. But I'll try and keep back up with this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this rant, since I've never really done major rants before, by all means, please leave a comment, a like. If you've never been here before, by all means, subscribe. I'm planning on putting out some more tutorials and things like that. I just need to get back on the saddle. But thank you very much again, and I hope you all have a pleasant day.